Welcome to the Halligans and Half Wheel Podcast, presented by Box 1971, where we're changing the culture of the fire service one fireman at a time.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you are in the world. This is the Halligans and Half Wheels Podcast, brought to you by Box 1971, where we're changing the culture of the fire service one fireman at a time. This episode comes to you from the Fueled by Milwaukee Studios. Milwaukee Tools, nothing but heavy duty. Today we are joined on the road by Big John. How are you, sir?
Hey, buddy. I am fair to middling. If I be your twin, I don't know.
The
if
two
world
of
can
us.
take two of us.
There's also joining us Chief Eddie Cox.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, it's been a while since we've seen your mustache face.
It has been a while.
How are you, brother?
It's been a while. Man, I'm living the dream one day at a time.
They say that nightmares are dreams too. And you want to talk about the
Can
darkest
confirm.
mustache at the table. We are joined by the gear jamming, dark
one and only.
lipped mustached, just for men having R.T.
Yes,
Wolf
sir. Yes, sir.
from the Toronto Fire Department, Toronto, Ohio. How are you, buddy? Man,
I'm
have you
excellent.
been
I'm
slamming
excellent.
some gears? Yeah,
Slamming
you talk
gears
on the
every
CB
day.
radio?
Every day.
What's
Oh,
what's
yeah,
your
kick her
CB
back.
handle? What's your CB handle?
Huh?
Are you
Road
shitting
hammer.
me? Oh, my
What?
God. Well, folks are probably wondering why we've been on such a hiatus, and I will just flat out tell you that life is busy, and it is hard to keep up some obligations, and some things just have to be pushed to the back burner. And not to be crass, but this kind of had to take a back burner when we've been that busy. This last year, we taught almost 40 times. That's 40 plus weekends
That's crazy.
on the road. So
Crazy.
this became a back burner deal for us, and we apologize for that. But again, we make no apologies because this is just a way that we love to share information. It's not our main primary focus, and we make no money off of this. So this is more of a sit down, smoke a good cigar, or a pipe, or in RT's case, a what are you smoking? A Montego? Camel Lights.
Camel
you flick the
Lights.
filter off too? Jeez almighty. Eddie, what are you smoking on over there, bud?
Oh, boy.
Old Faithful, La Flor Dominica, Double Ligero.
Double Ligero.
Double Ligero.
Man, that's a tough cigar.
That's a good cigar.
It's a good cigar. John Boy, what are you
real,
going to
man.
smoke on over there?
I'm smoking a little bit from home. It's called Carolina Mystic.
And that's
I
old
like
pipe
it.
tobacco,
Yeah,
huh?
he did that old.
It is pipe.
He did
tobacco.
that old Carolina Mystic.
Hey, I can't be home. Might as well bring home with me.
I like it.
I am smoking on the
Carolina
Don Kiki
Mystic.
Karen Burger Figurado Barber Pole, and I'm going to tell you, I love this little rig. It's a good.
It looks like it
tastes.
like
It's got a little like peanut flavor to it. It's got a little Corojo
peanuts.
wrapper on
Alright.
it. It's a good little cigar. You know, a good little hour and a half smoke if you smoke on it real slow.
Okay.
But if you're a tugger like Eddie over there, he's going to down that Toro in no time because that's how he does it.
Boy,
Go big or go home, baby.
he is a tugger.
Hey, that's years of practice.
What, the tugging?
Yeah.
Well, Eddie, what is new in your neck of the woods? What's going on with you? We haven't sat down and chatted for quite some time.
Just work life, home life, some personal changes going on.
Yeah.
Had a death in the family. My stepdad died about 2 years ago,
Okay.
which has been about that long since we've talked.
Yeah.
On the show. Moved in with my mom, which is something a 50-year-old guy doesn't normally expect, but you know, family first. You got to take care of family.
That's right.
And you know, mom's eating it up. She's loving it. My wife's very supportive. She's like a go-getter. Hey, that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. Renting out the house. you know, just living life, making progress at work. Great group of guys. Just growing pains.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Just living the dream.
Well, in full disclosure to everyone that's listening, we were down there a few weeks ago. We came to your house, had Eddie Spaghetti, hung out with your mom. We actually smoked cigars and hung out with her and had a great time that evening. And please thank her again for her hospitality. I had a great time.
Absolutely.
I can't speak for everybody, but damn, that was fun.
She enjoyed you guys being there.
Well, we are a fun crowd.
Yeah,
We can't let her around RT, though.
Yeah. Oh, she would have a ball with RT. Yeah,
I like some good home
RT
cooking.
kind of reminds me of my uncle, her brother, and
Ain't
Yeah,
nothing like
yeah.
mama's cooking.
And he does make that.
We had Eddie spaghetti, is what we had. Actually, April Lee cooked. Yeah, that's
Or
what I call it.
Eddie
Eddie spaghetti.
spaghetti.
But it was
Eddie
damn good spaghetti, and
I'm gonna tell you what, RT.
Yeah, man.
I wanted to take some back
Yeah.
for breakfast the next morning. Like it was
That
it
good?
Was,
why
it
is
was
it that
damn
spaghetti
good.
and
like
pizza
it.
are always better the
April.
day after?
the sauce just soaks into the pasta that much better, or in the bread, and it marinates it.
Well, the night before you have cold beer and hot pizza. The next morning you have cold pizza and hot beer.
Sometimes that
Maybe, I don't know.
sometimes that cold
That-
pizza is better
sometimes.
than the hot pizza.
And you
Yeah,
guys
no
got some
doubt.
weird
It
pizza
is.
up here in Toronto too.
It is.
I've never had
It's
fries
the
on my
best.
salad until I came here.
Square pizza.
It's crazy. A kid from Ohio
Yeah.
comes over to the river. Next thing you know, yeah, Eddie's looking at you like you got two heads. He's like, "What the fuck? Fries on a salad? Yeah, buddy. You get
Fries,
FRIES, like French fries
French fries,
on the salad. Yes, sir.
my kind of damn salad.
It's
Well,
a
you get
fat
down
big
there-
salad. God.
You get down there in that Carolina atmosphere, and then
Well,
they do
I'll
away
be
with the
honest
square
with you, y'all.
pizza.
We stopped yesterday on the way up RT, and we asked for some sweet tea, and she said my gun's broke. I said, "Gun? You ain't robbing me." I said, "Sweet tea comes from a pitcher, lady." Yeah,
I just needed
don't
sweet
tell
tea,
me
honey.
that the damn sugar's on the table either.
Oh man, come on.
I mean, we could have went to McDonald's and tried to get
The ice cream machine
Well,
would probably
you
be
still
broken.
there waiting.
It
yeah.
is.
Oh yeah, that's terrible down there.
That's a nationwide
RT.
memo. I
Oh
believe.
man.
You've trained with us for a little
Yeah.
while. Yeah, we
Yes, sir.
talk
Yes,
to us
sir.
about how did you? First off, what does RT stand for? Real Trucker
Trucker.
Wolf.
Here
Is
it
that what's on
folks.
your driver's
There it
license?
is.
Heard it
Real
right here.
Trucker, huh? Class A CDLs. All right.
Class A.
All right, since you don't want to be forthcoming with your name, all right, that's cool. What does it stand for? Richard
No,
Thomas. Are you a
Richard
second or
Thomas.
something?
Well,
Well, yeah, my dad
Okay.
is Richard Adams, and then they
All
decided to
right.
make
You
me
just never
Richard
grew
Thomas.
up.
Nope.
well, now
Still
you're
fourth-
not you're not in witness protection.
No. The doctor thought they'd bless him with one Richard.
Oh,
and I
that's
was
terrible.
born.
That's
Changing
absolutely
a life.
terrible. Well,
I know.
how did you get your service started in the fire service? I mean, you talked about this building that we're in today. Take us back to the Wayback Machine. Tell us
Yes.
how you got here.
Okay, so a while back in 2008, 7 or so, we all decided we were going to be big fire
Yeah.
truck chasers. So we were in school, and me and Brother Smiley Adams, their sergeant, we all decided we're going to go up there on the hill to a little station called Knoxville. And we come up here, and we all started, Jess, and we come up. We said, hey, we'd like to apply for junior fireman. And they were looking at the time, and they said, oh, yes, we'd be glad to have you, need to help out here. So we joined, and we ran up here for a little while. We couldn't join down in Toronto yet because you had to be 18.
city.
So we weren't 18.
Yeah, big
Yes,
city.
Toronto, Ohio. Yep.
Gym City.
Big
Yep.
city dreams. Yep. So we stayed up here for a little while, as junior firemen and all that. And then as time went on, got a little training in the fire service. We all went out and took our fire class through there. Then we turned 18, and then we applied down at Toronto. And we've been down in Toronto ever since, about 09 or so like that. And then just
All
continue
right.
it
So
on.
what? I mean, are you? You talked about like what you've done. What have you achieved certification-wise in that time?
Hazmat, auto extrication, confined space,
Okay.
forcible entry.
You got your Fire 1?
um,
Yeah, so that's a big one.
yeah,
Yeah, Fire 2?
yeah.
No. That's fair.
I'm not
You
that
don't need
smart.
it, right? I mean, you don't need that to. I mean, in the state of Ohio, it's what 36 hours you can go fight fire, just
Yeah.
enough to kill yourself.
Yeah.
that's what they give you, just enough
Yeah.
to say, "Hey, jump on in."
Yep.
Okay.
And when we took us all back over, it really
When you took over.
had a part in us.
Okay, so Toronto
Knoxville
took over
station.
Knoxville.
When we merged.
Okay.
Yes, and it kind of had a part in all of us, as you could tell. I mean, this
Right.
is like our second home up here, and it was just a piece of this place. It's always been a part of
Now,
us.
when you talk
and-
about
we
Sergeant Smiley, I think you called him that.
yes,
That's the guy that's at head of lawns and grounds.
Lawns and grounds. And when I tell you lawns and grounds, you better not even touch a weed when it's 80 degrees and sunny out, because he knows exactly how tall that weed is and the last time he weed whacked it and mowed it. But if you go step on his
So
grass,
he don't like you walking
he
on
will
the
let you
grass.
know about it.
So
No. Matter of fact, I'm not even allowed to touch the
I've
weed
heard that.
whacker or the lawnmower.
he's
Yes.
like Forrest Gump.
Yes.
He likes to mow. You know,
Yeah.
I just cut that grass
Yeah.
for free.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But there's a special place it is, body for up here, too. And he puts a lot of dedication and his heart and all this up here. And
Right.
it's just
Well,
good to see it going.
there is definitely a decline nationwide. I think we could all agree on,
Oh,
on
100%,
volunteerism,
yes.
right? Because
Yes.
I don't get anything out of it. But
Yeah.
then you find a group of people that are like, if not me, then who? Right?
Yes. And that's what it all came down to up here, when we did this merging and all that. It was no disrespect up here. They didn't have nobody up here, No kids out this way want to join the fire, like it was when we did. Toronto had 38 volunteers. We were on a waiting list
Really?
to join down there. Yes, at the time they had
Wow.
38 volunteers.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
That's great.
And I forget what they had up here. I know it was a good bit of volunteers up here,
Not like
but
down there. Yeah.
not like down
Up
there.
on the hill's different. Yeah. All right.
Yes. Yeah. And we tried to go out and broadcast,
Not
to
one at a time, but
try
mass
to
communicate.
Get people.
All right.
Yes. And it just wasn't happening. And then when they asked us to merge, that was a bigger on our part, because now we got
Right.
more
More-
coverage
more
area
rooftops.
and everything.
Right.
Yes. And, that kind of changed our around, because we're like, okay, we got to step up a little more now, because we're taking on a lot more area. Different scenery size ups out this way, not like,
Everything down there
in
is on a
Toronto
street with a hydrant.
and the town.
Up here,
yes.
a little different.
Right. Yeah, up here we ain't lost the
It's-
chimney yet.
Well, I mean, and that's not being funny,
Excellent.
because you got to
No, it's
figure the
not,
rural
no.
density
Yeah.
here. Some
Yeah.
driveways are half mile. Some of them are pig paths.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's got to be hard to get folks around in and out,
Right.
and then to get people here.
Yes.
So it's
Yes. And another thing, half of us don't even live out this way. We're closer to the city
Right.
than we are here. So you have to take that timing from when the call goes out. It could be halfway out, just for instance, County Road 53, that's just right over the hill here. I mean, it goes almost clear out to Burgles, which is a haul. And, you just different factors you got to take all in, and it just really opens up to, like,
Yeah.
you need to have your shit together.
yeah. Speaking of shit together,
And that's why, the trainings before
Sure.
it really helps, I'm the type of guy, I can never say you can never learn so
Right.
much. There's always more to learn.
sure.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Absolutely.
And, I see people or hear people say, I'm not, well, you know what? If you know that much, then you don't need
Sure.
to be around me.
So you're a girl dad, right?
And yes, I got 2 daughters,
Bless
a
your
12-year-old and a 6-year-old. I'm a cheer dad, pom shaking.
Are you really?
In the
Oh,
stands
You
kind
shake
of
that
guy.
thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I dress up. I can wear this little suit I got. She
Are
gets
you
all
shitting me?
embarrassed. Oh yeah, I'll show you. Yeah.
You're wild, bro.
That is
So
awesome.
Taylor don't like it when you're
Yeah.
dressed up.
But
Oh,
no, she gets all embarrassed.
man,
But it keeps you on your toes,
yeah.
2 little girls.
I can't imagine.
I try.
I can't absolutely imagine. I mean, Eddie's got 2 girls,
Yeah.
and he's got 1.
Yeah.
Well, hell, they're both just like him, but they're they're polar opposite people.
Yep.
But damn, if their mouth don't open, and they say the same damn thing that he would have said.
Oh yeah. Yep. Now see, Taylor's more the laid back one. Now Carolina, she'll just say
Old
what
Christmas
I'll say,
Carol.
and it just
That child
yes.
makes me laugh.
Yeah. She loves breaking every bone in her body. She broke
Yeah,
2
last year.
arms already.
And she swung on me
last
with that
year and
one
this year.
arm.
Good.
She took a
Great.
swung, and she was coming after me for
Yeah.
hell or high water.
Oh,
She didn't connect. Just for the record, she
Yeah.
did not connect.
Yeah.
Well, that have you ever considered? I know since the time that I met you, and this is going to sound crazy to say, it's been 5 years that we've known each other. It's
I know, it's
absolutely
crazy.
asinine to think
Crazy.
about that. That the half of the lifespan of this organization, Box 1971, was founded in September of 2015, and you've known us almost half of that time,
Although-
right? Right.
Yeah. And kept
Right.
in
So,
touch.
Talk to me about what led you down the career of being a truck driver, gear jammer, and listening to Roll On 18-Wheeler by Alabama, and not being a fireman. Because I've never met a guy like you that just embraces being a fireman so much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My father was pretty much a truck driver all his life, and it was a childhood dream that I've always wanted to do, a truck driver. And life kind of gave me some obstacles in the way because I always said I was going to go out and own my own truck and travel this
Or
great
you want
country.
to be a long haul.
Just, oh, yeah. Yeah, I was.
You'd have
I
been
was
as
in
big
for
as
the
me.
ride. Like,
Holy shit.
yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd had a Motel 6 on the interstate.
You could do the math at home.
I bet you
But
Tom Bodett
you know,
keep his light on.
and it always goes back to why I never did want to become or wasn't a career fireman, I should say, is because I was so involved in trucking, you know. And there was times in my life where I would step back and say, you know what, maybe I should try it, you know, because for being a volunteer, my heart's
Yeah, you're pretty dedicated.
you know, into
Yeah.
it pretty deep. Yes, yeah, and I still think about it sometimes, you know. Well, maybe I could do this and drive on the side, you know. Although a bunch of guys,
I don't know
that
a fireman
have
without a
work
side
and all
job.
that, where I could,
Nope.
yeah,
Nope.
you know, and the timing, you know, and I should say around our area, you know, the salary of it just doesn't kind of, you know, point out
What you make now currently, and you've got 2 extra mouths to feed.
Yeah,
Right.
yes.
So you've got to think about that.
Yes.
It's hard.
Right.
And I hope I don't offend you with what I'm about to say. I hope we'll still be friends at the end of this sentence. But when I first met you, I didn't know that you had 2 girls, right? All I saw was this psychotic wild man who would not stop and had the unbearable strength of like a bear, right? And then all of a sudden you see those 2 little girls with you, and it's like this whole different side of RT, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sometimes I have to step back when they are with me because I get in that mood.
Yeah.
Like you just said, this incredible bear. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
because
okay, wait a minute,
you're
like,
I
let's-
mean I'm fair to say this. I mean, you buck ass wild. Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
I mean,
confirm.
you are, and there's nothing wrong with that. How old are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
35.
me, 35.
Hell yeah.
All right.
To be 35.
Old to be 35.
And I don't say this a lot too, but back to there was a call one night up at the north end of town, and this was when, because all the other pay guys were asking me, you know, okay, you should
Sure.
apply, you know, take tests and all that. And we had a pretty bad fatal fire north end apartment complex. I mean, it was rolling, it was crazy stuff going, you know, like it should be going. But hey, you'll have that. But anyways, I get all come out, and I look over to my left, and there's little Carolina just over there bawling her eyes out, like
Sure.
total chaos. My mom had her over there, and when I tell you I about hit my knees, not from being in that call, but from coming out and seeing her over there crying
Right.
because she
Kids don't know.
was, yes, and that kind of stepped me back a little bit from saying, you know, me having to worry about her every time
Right.
that I'm on shift, or, you know, her just sitting at home crying all the time thinking, hey,
Right.
what if daddy's going to go, you know, and
Well, God,
all
don't let her
that, so
watch
that
the news.
kinda-
She'll see how many truck wrecks there are.
Yeah.
Well, what
Oh,
are you
yeah,
hauling mostly?
yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I was driving
Okay.
flatbed for a little while over the road, and then I decided I might, you know, want to get married.
Yeah? How'd that work out?
So, well, you know how the drum roll goes. So, I mean, we dated for a while, and I was on the road for a while, and then 6 months later, it just wasn't working. So
It was done, huh? Just like that? All right.
just like that. I says, well, I can have a couple decisions here. I could keep on trucking, you know, and not worrying about, you know.
No pun there.
Yes, you know what I mean? I said, or, you know, I got to take a step back and find some local work to do. And, you know, that way I'm home every night for the kids, you know, and less stress off my mom. God bless her soul for watching
Right.
them for
Just
me.
to
when
set
I
the
need
record
'em.
straight, you're a single dad. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's something you don't
Yes.
advertise, and that's and I'm not
Right.
outing you. I hope, but that's a pretty strong role. And I know you have a great relationship with
Oh,
your
yeah.
family, and
Yeah.
assistance there for those 2 little girls is absolutely strong, and as it
Right.
should be, right? and through no fault of your own,
Yep.
you're a single dad. Right. So we just need
Right.
to make sure that
Yep.
is the air is clear. Yeah, so people don't
In the
think,
works.
oh, God
Yes.
damn, that guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he's
Yeah.
probably a degenerate
Yeah.
for sure. But
Oh,
he's a good
100%,
dad and a
yeah.
hell of a fireman.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, what do you think about this? What do you think about this?
So-
The future, I guess, of volunteering, because you're on a completely different aspect than the three of us sitting here with you.
Oh yeah. I mean, the future. I think volunteer has definitely took a dive.
Sure.
Of what it used to be. People just don't want to, the hours you have to have now for the training and all that. I mean, people say, oh, I don't have the time for it, this, and that, and then
Right.
it goes on and on and on. But in the future, it kind of scares me on the volunteer side because, you don't see people stepping up.
Sure.
We're not getting any younger. And
Well,
it just-
I
you
heard
don't
something
know.
interesting in a conversation at a kitchen table recently. The state of Ohio is trying to do away with income tax. So if you do away with income tax, how are you? Because millages on levies and tax
Oh, yeah.
base is how this place is
Yes.
funded, right? Off of rooftops.
Right.
So if you
Yeah.
don't have that
Yep.
lined out, how in the world are you going to fund essential services such as fire, police, and EMS?
Yes. Right. And that's what I try to tell people too. You got to be careful what you see there because you're going to go to call 911. Well, guess what? The big red truck ain't going to show up because they can't afford to fuel or have fuel or anything to come to fight the fire because
You know
of
what's
the
crazy is I talked to a chief.
money.
He's been the chief for 30 years in his organization, which I think's a long time. But oddly, he has not overstayed his welcome. He's still beloved, welcomed, revered, as a matter of fact. But he said he remembered a time where he and his dad had to take money out of their own pocket to put fuel in the rigs. Yeah,
To keep the light.
that's
yeah.
crazy. And then he
Yeah.
talked about how the
Yeah.
local gas station would cover the fuel bill until they got enough revenue in to pay the fuel bill and float them credit. You wouldn't get a local gas station to help you do anything now. They don't even they don't even give free air anymore.
No. No. They don't even want you going there standing with a boot and asking for a
and that's
donation.
crazy to me. I mean, it's just what a different world we have seen in our lifetime sitting here at this table. It's completely different than what we grew up with. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely asinine.
And back to the you guys, what I like more about it is there's always different instructors come with Box 1971, and getting different points of views, as Chief's here with us this time, Big John, he's always got
Sure.
different stuff.
Yeah.
Retired Phil coming in, you can never have
Well,
enough
and that's
knowledge
the
from
thing
him.
is some people are intimidated. They excuse me for that. They want to. They're intimidated because they're scared of people knowing what they don't know. And instead of saying, "Hey, I'm not really good at this. Can you help me with this?"
They'd rather bullshit it.
Yeah. Or go
Oh, yeah.
home to the firehouse early from mandatory training.
Yeah, gotta love it.
Yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
you knew you couldn't take days
Yeah.
off. You knew this was here, but you
Right.
decided that you were going to take your company and go home because you're scared of people knowing that you don't know.
And I'm the first one to admit that. When I first started in all this, I was a little scared guy standing back there in the corner saying, oh, okay, they won't see me. We'll let everybody
God
else
damn
do
how
it.
times have
And I'll
changed.
just watch. Yeah, yeah. And in our last training, you see
you
where I
are-
was. I mean, I was.
You're you're something.
It was just a whole different ball
Let's talk
game.
about
I mean,
something real quick. So you
I don't
have
know.
you have dubbed us. What do you call us when we come to town? What
Oh yeah.
Paris
we're,
Island?
Paris Island.
Give the listeners some
Yes.
context as to why you say that, because you came on here free of will. You wanted to sit down with us, and we're like, hey, let's do this. Let's have a cigar. Let's talk to RT, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
explain to
Yes.
those at home that have never trained with us, have never been with us, and only know us by reputation. Tell us about your experience.
Okay, well, the first time you guys came to town, I mean, you just said right up front, clearly, there's no bullshit. This is how it's going to be, and everyone started yelling at me. I'm like, okay.
What do you mean
here we
yelling
go.
at you?
Not
giving-
yelling, I
giving
should say, but
corrective feedback.
Giving, yes,
okay.
yes,
All right.
yes. And I was kind of like, well, damn, I'm usually the one, saying different shit like that. And everyone just started, pointing the fingers
Right.
and getting shit done, and I was like, God damn, I feel like I'm on the island. Just got off the bus, fresh out of the barracks, and here we go.
There are no
You know what I
yellow
mean?
footprints
Big
here.
jawed, yeah. But I felt, you know what I mean? I felt relieved after all that. Like, that's what I needed. I needed a little kick in the ass, a little, gas under the fire to get it going. And sometimes you need that, and I feel that you can always get more of that, around you guys, and the more trainings that you do, you just keep, going for that
So do
checkered
you
flag.
feel that we have done a good job? And you can tell us if we haven't. If we've got room to improve, I'd rather talk about it here in an open platform where people can hear the long
yeah.
chain conversation, long form.
Yeah, right.
How do you feel like when we have come in, we've delivered a couple different classes to y'all. We're getting ready to deliver to you the Larry Mosty weekend, doing the, basic fire ground. I mean, we're going to do roll-up drills and reinforce some forcible entry skills.
And you can never get enough of that either. I mean, that goes right back to the
Right.
basics, just pulling up to the call,
Well, talking
basic.
on the radio,
And
everybody
that's-
wants to do it, but then when you get it, you get diarrhea of the mouth.
Right.
Right.
Then nobody
right.
wants to do it.
And it's-
Yes. Yes. Everybody wants to drive the big red truck
That's right.
until the work
Nobody
needs
wants
to
to
be
put
done.
it back together. Can tell you about that
No.
stories at work.
No.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you could tell
Yeah.
a few stories.
I
couldn't you?
could, boy, but I can't.
Yeah.
Someday I'm
But
going
no,
to
back
fully
to work,
fucking
when
retire
you-
from this job, and when I do, I'm going to let her fucking
Yeah.
fly because I am just
Yeah.
the audacity of people.
Right.
Sometimes you just shake your fucking head at people and go, "What is wrong with you?"
Maybe write a book.
I know I don't. It had to be an audio book because nobody could say. I mean, the only person that could really say "motherfucker" like me would probably be Samuel L. So, and I don't think we could afford the royalties on him reading our works.
And you go back to talking about what do I get out of you guys teaching, and it goes, you guys aren't around us every day. You know what I mean? And I like different point of views of showing us, or hey, this is how we do it around here, and I just take all that in because you get so used to working around the same guys that are around you and everything, and
Do you
just
think-
get comfortable. And sometimes you get too comfortable.
Do you think
and
that
that's
people
when it
just tell you what you want to hear so you can go on your way? No, not from us. From
Where,
like
from you?
like your normal everyday guys.
Oh,
So that,
I mean,
that you'll just
sometimes,
shut up and go
yes,
away.
sometimes.
Yeah.
They don't want to get in the middle of it. Yes, they don't want to
And
be in
that
the
comes
middle.
back
of
to a human problem, right? I mean, it's not really a
Right.
problem. It's just a.
it. No, it's just
We all have different life
yes.
experiences, right? I don't know
do.
what it's like to be a
Yep.
girl dad times
Yeah.
two. All right.
I'll tell you.
Trust me, Eddie's done enough.
We've had many conversations.
Buddy, we've had many a windshield conversation, old Eddie and I have. Poor John over here. We just talk about our dogs. Don't we, buddy?
Oh yeah, down there in Raleigh, North
I
Carolina.
appreciate them more
Yeah,
than some
I
people.
value my dogs' lives over more. Since we last talked, I grabbed a dog out of a fire, and we have adopted him. We took him out the Charlie side door. It was an arson fire. I think it was 2 days before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And so anyways, it kind of became the dog. The dog was named by the pound Charmander, and that's after the Pokemon of fire. I don't know what Pokemon is, so I had to GTS, Google that shit.
Ain't that the fellow that folks kept around
I don't
walking?
know.
That
and-
little
Hell, I
yellow
don't know.
thing, ain't it?
But I learned what a Pokemon was,
Stuffed
right?
animal.
So, anyways, we get this dog, and the first time I go to see him at the pound, he like kind of was skittish of looking at me. And then I said, "Hey, buddy, what are you doing?" And that son of a bitch rolled over like I'd given him a treat, and all four paws went in the air. I was like, "Oh shit, this dog's coming home with us." And so I can't put him on the fire engine, right? So I had to go back and get him and took him home, and he is probably one of the best dogs I've ever owned. And his owner tried to set his house on fire, set him on fire, and actually left the dog, took all the furniture in the house, put it in the front room by the front door, barricaded everything against the front door. So we went to force it. We couldn't really move everything. I mean, a 15-to-1 mechanism of moving couches, beds, and all your life's belongings is kind of tough when it's backed up against a wall. But the dog came in the Charlie side redeployed, and when we came in, I went in with the nozzle, and the guy that was with me, Wayne, we call him Captain and Wayno, but he's not a captain. He's just a good guy. And so we go in, and I just happened to scan the room with my tick, and I happened to see his tail in between all the furniture and everything else. The leash handle was set where the couch was on top of it, so the dog couldn't leave. Yeah, so
What a piece
I got
of
to the
shit.
dog, right? I got to the dog.
Yeah.
Wayne and I was like, "Wayne, come in here. I've got something," right? And so he comes in, and he's like, get that. I'll take the nozzle. So I kind of had a moment of like and I was like, all right, whatever. So, right.
Never
So
drop your
handed it to
hose.
him reluctantly. Get the dog out. He alleged the dog tried to bite him. The dog didn't fucking bite him. I had to control the dog till the dog went out. Oh yeah.
So the dog was
oh
still
yeah. We
alive.
got pictures of him
Yeah.
post fire, standing there with the neighboring company chauffeur, and he's living his best life. And if you were to go to the house today, he's pretty protective. I mean,
He will growl at you if you put your hand at his kennel.
that's his his
Try to
spot
crawl
now.
in there.
That's his place. That's what we call
Oh,
it,
yeah.
place. And he loves.
That's what
Oh,
Sergeant
I
does
walked
with the
past it, and he
lawnmower.
looked at me earlier. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, "What did I
he'll
do?
start
It's just
growling
a
at
Troy
you.
built,
I can't believe
Yeah.
he was armor out on the top.
I've never seen a tractor
Pretty-
like that. I mean, that thing's clean.
Yeah.
It's whistle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A snapper.
He got that little cart. I'm going to see if I can go for a ride.
bet you
when he's
won't do
cutting
it.
the grass
I
next
bet you
summer
won't
out there.
send
I'll
a
be sitting
picture.
in the back waving.
You talked about Paris Island. What makes you think about Paris Island? Like what about our training?
There's no bullshit. I mean, it's just we get straight to the point. You guys put it out there, and we're not here to.
I think part of that
get
is
it,
our
and
secret. Not
that's all.
secret. It's not a secret sauce. I don't think that's the thing.
It's not. No.
It's the
It's
I'll
the
sharpen
knife
this son of a
hands.
bitch and
They
backhand
like
you.
that.
You want to play front hand,
Right.
backhand?
No.
Don't tease me with a good time.
No, when you see something wrong, you just don't pass it up. You know what I mean? You stop it right there. We go back.
Do you
we
think
it till
people
we
in
get it
life
right.
have become accustomed to walking past problems? I mean, instead
yeah,
of saying,
I can-
"Hey,
Say it, yeah.
you could have done that better," and I'll be honest. I'm looking at Eddie when I say this. He'll say, "Do you think that was the best option?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Fuck you."
Because if you stick to one
Right.
option, there's
you
always
know, because
another way.
we have option A, right? We have option B,
Right.
Z, double Z, right? We have all these different options, and sometimes our personalities take over because we're normally type
Yep.
A,
Yep.
and we are go-getters. We've been building all day props for this training weekend, right? And building walls and doors and getting everything ready. We built a garage. We've done all sorts of stuff in the last 24 hours, and not one person has fussed or argued, and we're all type A. Very type A.
Yeah.
But nobody's in anybody's business like, oh, that motherfucker's dumb. He's doing it the wrong way. It's just some people have a different skill set. And I just think that maybe sometimes in life we walk past a problem. Like you walk past a piece of trash on the floor. Right,
Yeah, pick it up.
right.
Don't step over
Yeah.
it or trip over it. Because if you see that trash, there's going to be another one right beside it. Then next thing you know, you got a
Wouldn't it
whole
be
pile.
just great if everybody did just a little bit? Yeah, it's
Just a little bit.
Well, you got to think about it too, guys. You got the same thing in the fire service. If you got a probie that's not pulling his weight, you don't pass him on to another shift to let them
Yeah.
deal with it. You deal with it. As an officer, put your damn helmet on, and you wanted the power. Go ahead and use it,
Yep.
but don't pass the problem on.
And going back to our training, I don't brag about Toronto Fire Department to
Yeah.
everybody. I'm not
You're
that
proud, but
type,
not
you know what I
boastful.
mean? But right, there's a lot of people that when you say Toronto Fire around here
Yeah.
that rely on you, and and you want to keep yourself motivated and kind of setting that bar, keeping it up there to please your citizens of the township or the city and all that, because you want them to see what you're doing. And trust me, the word gets out there about our trainings.
I
and
just did a
stuff
news
like that.
interview
I mean,
with the television news.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it gets out there, and when you train like you guys teach, I mean, trust me, it does go into me, and I learn a lot out of it. And there's some stuff that I would never
Right.
even think of like that you guys brought to me and everybody else, and we
Do you think
continue
it's
that.
Do you think it's
know,
because we
to other
have
people?
guys from different walks of life, different?
Yes, we're just small cities
Rust
around
Belt.
here. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
Chief, yeah, right, yeah. Like Chief, wherever he's from, I'm sure it's a little bigger
Well, I
than
mean, they've
Gem
got
City.
3 firehouses, 16 guys a day.
Right,
It's on the I-95 corridor.
right. There's cars slamming into each other there every day.
We call it
Not
95th.
even.
We call
Not
it.
even on the interstate.
Yeah.
We call it
In
95th
town.
Street.
No,
That's what we call
Yeah.
it. We don't call it
Yeah.
Highway 95. It's 95th Street because
Right.
we're there so much.
right. And, Big John down there, in Big Raleigh.
Philadelphia.
You know, it's
a great state.
Philadelphia
You know,
over here.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then
up
you,
there in BFE,
you know,
bud.
where you're from, it's
BFE, tobacco fields.
yeah.
Yeah, I love it where I live.
No, I say Paris Island because you know you like to see us walk the straight line into trainings and
Well, I
Keep
mean,
us
somebody's
on
got
our
to be in
toes.
charge, right? Somebody's got to be the guy.
Right.
And
right.
a lot of people
Yes.
don't like being the guy. Well,
No,
If you're spinning, that means I can't be. So
right.
what?
And I know a lot of people that want to be that guy, but when it comes to being that guy,
Were you at the training where I made the guy read his obituary? God, that was glorious.
yes,
That was a
yes.
listen. It
And that's
gotta
one of
talk
them
about this
type, and that's one of them type there that wants to be the guy.
wants to be the guy, but isn't physically or
uh,
mentally capable. Sure.
Can't. Yes.
So we can't mention any
Can't
names
back it up.
to protect the guilty.
No. No. Yes.
So Eddie,
yeah.
we had a triplex here a couple years ago, triple apartment, right? We breached walls, we cut holes in the floor for dance drills. I mean, we cut this place up, and then we smudged up and forced doors on the two end apartments.
I mean, there was people going in ambulance.
Not because they
I mean,
got
I'm not
hurt.
proud to say
They
that.
exhausted
No,
themselves.
yes, just exhausted
That says
themselves.
something about
Yes.
the guys that they're just buying. They're
Yeah,
buying.
they
don't
weren't.
give
It
up.
wasn't that
Yeah.
anybody. Let's disclose this fully. No one got hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. No one was
No.
hurt during the training.
No.
They didn't want to give up, so they gave of themselves. And when you told
Everything
them to
that
stop,
they
they said,
had.
"I can keep going."
there may have been.
There
some
probably were.
feelings.
There were.
Oh, there was there was yeah.
I would
Old
say
man fire don't give a shit about our feelings though.
Well,
And that's
Correct.
I
Amen.
think that's one of the things of this job that just yeah
Too many
leave your
feelings.
damn feelings at the door. Go do the job.
right. Yeah, it's simple, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if your job's to stretch line and flow water, stretch line and flow water. If your job's to go do a search, do it well.
I mean, for instance, that last training, Phil told me to go up there and hit the window out, and I'd have my flip flops on and T-shirt and no safety glasses and no gloves. I said, "Well, you told me to take the window out, didn't you?"
man.
Can't attest.
But I mean,
Can't
that's just
attest. He
right.
was. Phil
Yeah.
did not. So, RT is like a wind-up toy. You wind him up, and then you put him in the direction.
the old woody
and
string
then the
and
son of a
like-
bitch just keeps going. And if he finds a wall, he'll just hit it until he runs out of energy because he's not smart.
Or gets through the wall.
Right. And so that's what he
Well,
did.
that- yeah.
And Phil didn't give him the clear directive. Hey, man, put on your PPE. And some bitches did it. But so back to this whole deal. We had a guy first day. So the first day was we did a forcible entry station. We did an entanglement prop. We did the Denver drill, which I have a great picture of RT sitting on a porcelain, non-connected crapper looking like he's crapping in his bunker gear. It comes up when he calls. It makes me happy. It makes me smile. Yes, sir. It
the
is.
birthday
And
cake.
John's
Remember that?
birthday was there. So we sang John's birthday.
Oh, yeah,
But they
John was-
fucking
that was that
came up
one,
behind
yeah.
RT. They, meaning me, put it in his face and rubbed it all the way up his face, and he just stood there and laughed. He was not upset. But we had this individual who, at the time, was a volunteer, and I don't know what he does now. I hope not anything to do with the fire service, but he wouldn't give any effort. Straight up wouldn't give any effort. And the fact is I saw it, right? And I was like, okay, I'm going to talk to the guy. So I pull him aside and talk to him. Hey, man, we got to do something. We need more effort. I don't care if you move an inch at a time, but I need you to not quit. I mean, we're talking about ripping face pieces off. So we do the next evolution. The next instructor comes over to us, says, hey, man, we got a problem with this ex-student. I said, okay. Goes to the next evolution. He quits. So he comes in, he says, I'm quitting. I said, okay, do me a favor. You're not leaving. You're not leaving. Didn't give him an option. He didn't really fight it either. I said, take your butt and sit on the tailboard of the engine. So he sits there for about a good solid 40 minutes till the next evolution's over. Everybody else is taking a blow, getting water, laughing, having a poot and a fart. I sat down on the engine, looked at him. I said, what do you think? Sweat's pouring off of us because we're working right alongside the students. You know, we have to demonstrate all these things. And so I looked at him and I said, what do you think about all this? I need to do something. And I mean, 40 minutes, he's still out of breath. I was like, do you need an ambulance? No. I said, what you fucking need's a gym membership. I said, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but you want to do this job as a career, and you don't have the stamina to do a single drill. And you've sucked at all these other ones because they've all come to us and said, this is terrible. He's dragging everybody else down. So you're the weak link, right? You're the Gomer Pyle. And so I said, I'll tell you what you're going to do. We're going to finish up these last 2 evolutions. I want you to sit down and write your obituary. And in my briefcase, I always carry a legal pad and a pen. Pulled it out, threw it in his lap, and I said, get to writing. And then when we came back, I made the son bitch read it in front of the whole class because he quit. Yeah.
Yep.
And see, on my end, being that's cancer to
What
us.
we did?
No, him quitting like that, because to me, I'm relying on him as a partner.
What happens, let me ask you this. You live in the district. What happens if he's going after your kids or your mom or your sister?
Right.
Shout out to Megan.
Yeah, and you get halfway it. Yeah. Yeah.
Who looks just like RT.
And I've been in a scenario with,
Individual?
yes, that we had another call like that, and we get halfway in and up to some serious smoke and fire and all that, and I look back and guess there's nobody
like-
to be found.
Some bitch.
I said, okay.
He gone.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking, all righty, here we go. And I instantly got mad because I'm thinking, this isn't how we are.
This is not
This
the
is
job.
not who we are.
Right.
Right. I said, we already got 40 sidewalk holders out there ordering the pizza. And we're in here
wearing their t-shirts.
doing this.
And my
Right.
pager. Got my volley
Right.
klaxon on.
Right. Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah.
have New York.
Yeah.
New
You
York
stick my
hook
New York
stuck
hook in
the
the
ground.
ground. What's going to happen to you?
Yeah.
You're going to get a front hand, back hand, maybe.
I
a
saw
kick in the
somebody
shin.
take a Halligan the other day in the front yard. The boss will remain nameless. Literally took it like a spear and chucked it into the ground as he's talking to the homeowner. And I was like, fuck. Thank God that wasn't my Halligan. I would have lost it. I just couldn't treat my Halligan like that. I just can't do it. Some people, I don't know, they don't have the care. They just drive the rig, put it back dirty, and don't care. They're the kind of people that want to bitch about the toilets not being clean but won't empty the trash.
Speaking of Halligan,
Yeah.
what's the best one in the world?
Of Halligans?
Yeah.
Present or past?
Present.
Present would probably be a Pro Bar
Why would you say that?
because it's made out of 4140 high carbon steel, one-piece forged metal. And I would say that the inferior products are the ones that are welded together or pinned together. We do have a relationship with Bob Farrell, Captain Farrell at Fire Hooks Unlimited. We're very happy to have that relationship. We proudly use his tools, and we also sell them. Full disclosure, I don't have the time, energy, or desire to sell one-off tools. We try to deal with municipalities for a price point and sell lots of tools at one shot because dealing with one-off tools is a bitch, So if you're listening and you're trying to buy, it's rough. But there are so many imitators out there, Eddie, and I can name them, right? And this is not, I love Old Pappy's tool, right? I love Old Pappy's. I put it on my tools, all of our tools. But I believe that Firemall Tools is trying to replicate a solution to a problem that we don't have. And I think Council Tools is the same way. I think Leatherhead Tools is the same way. Zyko, whatever, they're all imitators. It's kind of like air packs. I believe that Scott was first, Scott Aviation, which is now 3M. They are built on redundancy. They do a great job. But when you come down to all the bells and whistles of all the bullshit of all the other air packs in the world, I'm not a fan. I'm a one and done guy. And it's kind of like if I said Jaws of Life to anybody at this table, what brand automatically comes into your head? Hearst, right?
Hearst.
Yeah, it's nobody says, Hamatro. No, everybody says Hearst, right? I don't need to go down to XYZ hardware store and buy a battery. Hearst makes a very good battery and a very good product.
That's all we have on
You
our
can take
units.
the rest of
every
that stuff
single
in the river. I don't care.
Yeah.
They don't pay me to say that either.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. And I've been to auto extrication classes where, you have all these guys out there preaching it, preaching that. And I'm thinking one of these tools, I'm no
Guru. Right.
Yeah. But I'm thinking when I can't even
Right.
lift the tool up to use
Well,
it,
that's another
we got
thing.
an issue.
So I've gotten into TikTok as a 40-year-old man, which is kind of crazy. But there's a brand out there, a strap company, we'll call it that. They use a seatbelt buckle. Have you ever hit the back of a seatbelt buckle under load?
It goes bing.
It pops apart. So you're telling me I'm going to take this tool that I already can't carry, I'm going to put it under load, and then something happens and that buckle dislodges, and I don't have control of the tool now because I'm waiting for it to hang. How about we hire capable people that can lift the tool? You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Me and Sergeant were upside down one time at a training because
Right.
that was the obstacle we had to do, and they gave us a tool like that. And you know me and my nice cussing that I always
you do a good job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sitting there, and we started, because that's how me and him communicate. Like, you will know if me and Sergeant are in a call together, because when I tell you it's flying, the words are flying. That's just how that's our
Right.
English to each other in the calls. And we'll say stuff that nobody else is like, what the
Yeah.
heck was that asshole just saying there, you know? We're yelling, cussing. But back to the tools, and he was agreeing to me. He's like, yeah. And I made a point to say about it at the end of the class, and then, you know, you're kind of being the dickhead about it because that tool. It's not that I'm being a dick. It's just I don't feel comfortable.
Right.
Using
And
it
that's the
like
other
that.
thing is, you know, I mean, I thought it was kind of a gimmick when Hearst came out with the 10-foot water depth and all that and blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. You know, you got your EX whatever, EXT, I think's what they're called. But everybody wants to invent this new latest and greatest thing. Everybody wants the gee whiz it. And the one thing I found is that if you give a guy a striking tool and a proper Halligan and a wedge, 90% of your doors can be forced. And everybody always says, and this is something that maybe it's because we haven't talked in a while, I don't know, but people say you've overcomplicated forcible entry. No, we really haven't, because anybody can force the mobile home door going into a mobile home with a quick slap of the tool. That's not the door that I'm worried about. I'm worried about the Charlie side door on the back end of a taxpayer or a strip mall that a fireman is trapped on the other side of and can't get out.
Or an
Where
apartment
somebody's trapped.
complex.
You know, low-income housing
Yes.
always has those big, heavy steel doors, and they
Right.
are always, all the
Right.
time, reinforcing them. So,
Yeah.
again, we're trying to teach. Well, we're trying
Those
to
are our
teach the
worst
proper
nightmares.
steps of what to do next. I don't care that you can follow the gap set. I want you to follow gap set force. I firmly believe in that. But I don't think that you should just know how to force an inward swinging door that is a right-handed opening door. You should know how to do a left-handed door. You should know how to spike a wood jam. You should know how to send the forks through and how the forks behave and bending around the jam. And when you go bevel to door versus bevel to jam and what that does to the tool. And not a lot of people teach that. They just want to get you some reps, bust some wood, and say, hey, look at us, let's post on Instagram. We are so tired of social media that we ran an experiment over the last 24 months.
You know, you say
Right.
social media like that, and I also think that's a lot of issues with the volunteer nowadays too, because social media, you get on YouTube, and you get all these guys. Oh yeah, YouTube
Right.
did it that way.
Well,
Let's
we had
try it.
we had a kid tell us
Well,
that he
guess
could force
what?
a door with a
You-
roof hook.
Right. Yeah. Where did he learn
Well,
that? On
again,
TikTok?
because somebody says, hey, look at this, right? Oh, I could do this. Where does that have a practicality at?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was fixing to tell you that we did a little study on our own. We did a cost analysis benefit, right? So what was our ROI? Well, how much time and energy did we put into social media? How much time did it cost us? And what was that time worth to us, right? And you think, oh, it doesn't take much to make a video. It doesn't do this. That's the reason we don't edit this podcast. We go in, we clip it, we put the intro in, we put the exit out, and that's it. What's said in between those two things is not edited because it takes very little time. So
Well, damn.
the thing that I'm trying to illustrate to you is that social media consumes so much of our time that we're worried about followers. I don't give a shit who follows us. Because when you're busy enough and you don't have to tell everybody about it on social media, that's when you know you have a recipe. When you're teaching only 4 or 5 times a year, maybe even 10 on the busy side for them, that's really not that busy, right? But when people are calling you to go here, there, and everywhere, they're calling you to go across seas, they're calling you to do things, that's when you know you've done something. When you're going to big metropolitan cities to teach at their academies, that's when you know you've done something. Not this bullshit of look at me on InstaFace or TikTok or whatever. you are, your tools, as Phil says, do the talking. You don't have to tell everybody how great you are. So I say all that to say, for the last 24 months, we posted very minimally on social media. And the ROI has been exponential because we have not, and every one of these instructors has had the ability to edit, post, delete, whatever they want on social media, and all of them have elected to not do it. And now, nobody cares about it. And you know how far we're booked into next year? This is going to blow your mind. We're booked into September of 26.
Wow.
With zero advertisement, zero social media other than what's already established, and a couple posts every now and again. So tell me what the difference is. Why do we feel the need to tell everybody what we're doing? Why is that? Why do we do that as a society? Like, I go on vacation. I'd rather live in the moment than with my cell phone in my hand. But a lot of people want to, look at what we're eating tonight, We had chicken fingers and French fries.
They were damn good.
I guess we missed an opportunity today to
Really good.
share with the world that we had chicken tenders and French fries for supper. We should have took a picture, and we should have posted it.
Or the McGriddle this morning.
Oh, the griddle. Now,
You go back to talking about taking pictures and everything. You see a lot of that too on the Facebook or whatever else. Guys on calls and on scenes and everything, and they're standing around there. Oh, look at this, look at that. Well, to me, I look at that like if you have time to hold that cell phone or that camera in your hand, you have time
Ready
to
to
be
damn work.
ready to work. You know
and
what I
do
mean?
you think that most people don't
And that,
have?
to me,
Do you think that most people don't have that life, that real life, so they've got to rely on that digital footprint?
I mean, it could be.
It's an interesting point.
Yeah.
I mean, we're friends on social
I mean, that
media. I
could
can't
go
remember the last time
all
we
kinds of
posted something. I don't remember the last time I liked something that you posted.
No. The other day.
Well, it must have been a picture of you and your sister. Had to be.
Me with long hair.
Does she talk like you too? Oh my God.
She can,
There's a reason she's not married.
probably.
Oh goodness. I tell you.
Yeah.
I tell you. Well, what do you think? What do you think the next step for you is? What's on the horizon for you coming up in the fire service?
Well, I thought
let's
about
talk about that
fire
first.
service. That's Well, be honest with you. Okay, we can go there. We just went to
Yeah.
Big Shell.
Yeah.
Big Lance Winston and all his Shell boys. They've been working our way in, getting us on board with the big industrial side of the fire. And let me tell you what, you want to talk about a whole different ball game from chasing house fires to going to a natural gas industrial thing is
Sure.
mind-blowing. I mean, it is totally a different ball game. Like, I'm walking up there like my first day in preschool, scared to death of the teacher, wondering what's going to happen next. And you're not just putting water, you're at foam and everything else. And we got, me and Sergeant, a couple other guys, and some more people, we got the opportunity to go down to Texas, down to Shell's Training Center, which is a phenomenal thing if anybody ever gets to do it. And to me, that is like mind-blowing. There's not enough days in the week where you can
Sure.
learn about that kind of stuff. I mean, there isn't. I mean, we can go all day, talk about house fires, doing that with this. But when you get to that industrial side of that, it really opens you up to saying, man, you need to get on board more with this. And there's just
Well, let's
different
discuss
kinds
that
of
right
stuff.
quick. So, just up the river, the Ohio River, what happened?
Right. Yes.
A big
had a
railroad
big-
incident. Yeah, East Palestine,
Big railroad
right?
incident.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
What
yeah.
runs through your
Yeah.
district? The railroad.
Yep. Every day.
Right?
Every day of the week. We have the Ohio River right there. What goes right down the Ohio River that people
Yeah,
have no
nothing.
idea.
Right?
Nothing. It says marathon right on the side of it.
There you are.
Yep. And a lot of people don't know, right here in Pottery Addition, Ohio, we have another gas filling station place that's got fuel and diesel and whatever else. And then a chemical plant down there also. And I tell you what, when you hear that call go off, you're shitting your
And
pants.
well, and
I'm not
so
gonna
we
lie. I
talked
mean,
about
you're
this
shitting
on
your
the way.
pants.
we did. We talked about this. We talked about this kind of fire.
Yeah.
What do? You got a 1260 tank, 1267 crude oil
Yeah.
car or tanker on its side burning, what do you do?
And the oil gas around here right now, there's that stuff's traveling, I mean, as we speak right now, more than people
That's right.
realize. On the river, the rail,
Yeah.
you know, the trucking side of it. I mean, we got 2 refineries, Shell's up there, then we have Ergon, which is up there, and it's another big refinery. And, you know, if you don't actually sit down and think about that, you would have no idea
Right.
of what to take place. And we got a pipeline actually right out back of us here that runs right through this whole, you know, pretty much the county is what I call it, but through the district here or down through the fields. And we took a pipeline class there, and I tell you what, the knowledge you can get just from a pipe running through the
Crazy,
ground
right?
is-
But people take
Crazy.
that for granted because hazmat sucks.
Yes, right. And you go up to a person and say, "Oh yeah, pipeline's coming. You know, next week they're gonna have a little training." Well, that ain't.
Or
gonna
why
be
we
nothing.
never had that.
Well, you know.
Why do we need to
Yeah.
do that?
Wow, yeah. Why do I need to go there?
never
yeah.
Yeah, we've never done it.
No.
That's never
Why we got to
happened.
do it?
Yeah, yeah. That ain't ever gonna happen here. You know.
Well,
Yeah.
we are in the what if business, so anything can happen at any time. State of readiness is.
Well, you know, I told a
what
guy,
we want.
and this has kind of become my personal thing, my personal mantra is, we're supposed to be able to handle everything from toddlers to terrorism. There's not a career in the world that a parent will hand their child off. Just hand them off. You're not going to see a mom hand their baby off to a cop on the side of the road. But that fire truck shows up and you got your fireman coat on, your costume, and you show up, they're going to hand that baby off to you. They're going to hand that child over. The child's probably going to be crying and not happy, but the mother trusts you inherently because of how we conduct ourselves, that we're always coming. Which kind of comes back to what we were talking about with the elimination of a state tax here in Ohio. What are the repercussions of that down the road? Not today. Like, everybody wants to say less tax. I get it. I'm all for less tax. But I'm also for we got to live in reality. We have to live in reality. We have to have roads. We have to have certain things because people need essential services. And I'm not talking the abuse of 911s where people call and I've had a headache for 3 days. That's an abuse of the system. Yeah.
Or a
Did
lift
you see that in
assist
Cincinnati?
Every night.
$1,000 for a non-emergency lift assist.
$1,000.
It's coming because people are abusing
Yeah.
the system. And while you're tied up, and here's something else. This is kind of a, if you will, a soapbox. You know, we're on the scene of a call, right? Let's say we roll out the door tonight together. We get on scene of a bullshit wreck. That's what we'll call it. A minor collision, waiting on a tow truck blocking the road, right?
A failure of physics.
A fire comes out. What's the engine going to do? The engine wants to bust off and go. If the engine can bust off and go, why wasn't it in service? Yeah.
For the
If
wreck.
you're at the wreck and you're committed to the wreck, fire comes out a mile away down the district line, and you respond, why weren't you already in service?
You want to see people jump out of the woodwork. They don't get called out for the a wreck, you know, a little fender bender wreck or whatever that. But when
Oh,
they tone out
you get
for a
people that
fire.
you haven't seen in years, and they'll come up to you.
Oh, yeah.
How's this new air pack work, son?
Yeah.
Oh, if you'd have come 8 months ago when
Yeah.
we got the sons of bitches, you'd know.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
It's such an exhausting job, but damn it, it's fun. You know, there's nothing
yeah.
better than training on Saturday night for a fire and Sunday afternoon when you found one. There's nothing better.
Exactly.
And there's nothing better than taking a good ass beating and come back and washing hose and hanging out with the guys and listening to Disco Inferno on a Bluetooth speaker and hanging out. There's nothing better than going to a business meeting and hanging out with the boys. There's nothing better than, you know, sharing good memories with guys. There's nothing better than that. And I think that's where we may have lost track. I think social media and cell phones have ruined that.
You know, and you can learn a lot just sitting around like this than you can almost
What do you always
sometimes
say,
on
Eddie?
social media.
God gave you what?
2 ears, one mouth. Use it accordingly.
Oh, that's fucking perfect. John, you ain't said
Yeah.
much. You all right, buddy?
Yeah,
Hey,
John
boy.
boy.
I'm listening, man. I'm taking
That
all
boy.
this
He
in.
says, hey, boy.
Yeah, boy.
But I mean, okay, well, since we got John Boy on here, I mean, John Boy, you've been up to trainings with us before and everything. Do you see improvement? I mean, I know it's been 5 years, but
Absolutely.
the last time you were here, you were thrilled to death to see us all, and you
Man,
know, we
it-
kind of made a family attachment there towards the end.
100%.
And that goes a long way with me.
Well, you got that little bit of Southern hospitality, I reckon.
Mama's home cooking.
I mean, coming up here, you get to see different aspects of firehouse life, the way the brotherhood is. I mean, totally different from down south, depending on where you're at.
In bigger cities, I think the brotherhood slacks a little bit.
Sometimes it sucks.
When you have 6, yes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, some folks
Yeah.
they just throw around the word and have no clue what it means.
Right.
They just it's not just for work. It is off shift, on shift. Hey man, I need a shoulder. It's brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I know you talk about the brotherhood there. I know a firehouse, just right down the road from us. I could walk in and not even know who you are, and you've been on the department for 2 or 3 years.
right,
Yeah. And it's mind blowing to me to think that.
That's crazy to think that you're miles apart in worlds of difference. You know what I mean?
but yet still together.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
that's crazy to think about. That you might be responding with them, and they might be the person that is backing you up or leading you in, right? And it's hard when, I guess maybe the ISO man got it right when he said we should have quarterly auto aid drills. Maybe there was some genius behind that.
Yeah.
Maybe there was. I don't know. But
It just,
what was that, brother? You forgot your train of thought?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Overload.
I was doing too much there.
Yeah.
Overload.
I got a question
You'll
for
have
real
that.
though. What kind of transmission you got in your truck?
Oh,
What do you
yeah,
got?
Kicker back.
So how do you
18.
remember what year you're in?
You just,
He lets the fingers do the walking.
an intelligent feller like me, it's all in the touch.
Is that what? That's what she said, I think. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You slam her in the second or third, then you take her off and split her a little bit, then bring her back.
Oh, we still took on that driving truck.
Oh yeah. See how we get back to driving the truck.
Oh man,
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
that is fun.
I don't know.
You mean like in general or right now?
Well,
Well, boys, we're fixing
yeah.
to wrap this up. It's going to be one of those shorter evenings, I think. He's giving us the sign that he's got to run. Eddie, we're going to start with you with maybe some closing thoughts, words of wisdom. We'll go to John and then RT, and then we'll ride this thing out. So what do you got, brother? You always got something good, so I've been waiting to see what you got cooking.
In the heat of battle, you don't remember very much. You don't think very fast. You act by instinct, which is really training. So you've got to be trained for battle.
Sink to the level of it, don't you, brother?
Is it?
Big John? Oh, boy. Here comes some of those southern jambalaya.
No, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Learn to do your job. You'll love your job, and learn how to make some damn
Amen.
coffee.
gotta have the coffee.
We don't want to chew the coffee.
Gotta
Shout
have
Shout out
the
to
coffee.
Captain or Sergeant Adams. He makes a damn mean
He
pot
does.
of coffee.
Lawns and grounds.
Oh, you're telling that's somebody.
He'll make a good
Lawns
wife.
and
for me.
grounds. Someday. You know what? He
He'll
asked
make
us
it
the
good
other day. He
someday.
said, "We'll do your laundry.
It's
I'll do
coming.
your laundry." I
The
said,
old
"You gonna do
days
my
coming.
boxers and
Oh,
fold
yeah.
them?" He says, "No, I'll Ranger roll
Oh,
them."
yeah.
I was like, "Man, that makes me happy."
Yeah. I mean, he's too overqualified to work at
What do
a
you got
golf
against
course
golf?
Because I mean,
Huh?
well,
I'll beat your
anyone
ass
that's
at
got
golf.
time to,
You want to play for 100 a hole? Let me know. 100 a hole.
100 a hole.
RT, you got anything smart to say?
Yeah,
about the podcast.
I'll take that one. Yeah. No, we talk about the training and all that, and we could go on and on and on about it all. Training and that. And I've always saw it and I seen this, and it just kind of stuck with me. It says, "You got to be trained for the battle so that you will react exactly the way you did in training, and when we run in, when you are running out."
Whew.
And that
We should have let
little
him go
saying
last.
right there. Just,
We should let you go last.
I mean,
Jesus, well, thanks for ruining the fucking
Yeah.
moment for everybody.
you know what I mean?
Asshole. That was good, RT.
That was good, buddy.
I guess I'll end with
See
this.
that?
If you have to ask for it, whether it's loyalty, love, support, or anything of the like, it loses its value.
Amen.
I think that's a good spot to end on. Yeah, if you have to ask for it, it loses its value.
Yeah.
Respect, love, loyalty, it doesn't matter. If you have to ask for it, it loses its value. Whether it's a praise, like I did a good job or whatever. Remember, the first word in self-esteem is self. So it's incumbent upon you to manage your self-esteem. This has been the Halligans and Half Wheels podcast, brought to you by Box 1971, where we're changing the culture of the fire service one fireman at a time. Remember to train hard. We're all that they have.